What's up, guys? GR Hoff here, owner and founder of Dungeon Train Conditioning here in the Dungeon office. This is actually the second try to make a video for this. YouTube told me that my first video was actually too long, so we're doing take two here. So I'm going to try to make this one a little quicker and a little more streamlined. So bear with me. Number one, the reason you're here is because of the offer that you have seen above. It is a $3,000 plus value scholarship to 6 local athletes, 6 Twin Cities athletes, middle to high school kids, and basically what it is, it's an all-access pass to train with me at the Dungeon. Basically, the Dungeon is a private strength and conditioning facility running out of the Press Gym in Shoreview, Minnesota. You cannot pay and automatically be accepted into the program. This is an application only program, so you have to apply, you have to be accepted in order to become a member. And after a 3-month basically soft trial period or hard trial period, I don't even know what the technical term is, but it's basically a 3-month tryout period where you're trained like you're a true member, and all of those, you get all of the bonuses of membership. You will finally have the chance to be accepted into true member status. So basically, we work with seriously competitive, seriously driven, high aspiration high school and middle school athletes. So number one, if you're not a seriously driven, highly competitive, want to be the freaking best at your sport or sports athlete, or the parent of a seriously competitive athlete that's looking to get your kid the really a truly unfair advantage over the competition, is what I like to say, then you're probably wasting your time on this page. You need to click away. If you are a serious athlete, or you are the parent of a serious athlete or athletes, and you're looking to take your training to the next level and stop kind of fooling around and get somewhere that's actually going to get you results, guaranteed, and we stand behind our guarantee 120%, then you might want to continue listening to this video. So this scholarship, like I'm sure you've already figured out, that's why you're here, like I said, is a 12-month all-inclusive, all-access pass. You're training with me. You're going to get all the bonuses that our top-tier membership gets, and you're going to get to train with me for free for a year. Basically, my expectations are that we're going to get 6 insanely driven, insanely competitive athletes that are going to shock some people in the next 12 months. I don't base acceptance into either my programs or the scholarship program on the level of athlete you are. So I don't care if you're a Division I scholarship recruit that's already signed a letter of intent to play at the biggest universities in the country, or if you are a JV kid who sat the bench all year last year. I want the kids that want to be better, that have those high goals and aspirations, and that want it, that are so driven it keeps them up at night, and it's all they think about, and all those things. I want the kids that are passionate about their success on and off the field. Whether you're the JV bench warmer, you won't be after 12 months of working with me, or the varsity all-star that just wants to take everything to the next level and play on Sundays if you're a football guy playing the pros. So that's who this is for. And that's a little taste of what you're going to get over the next 12 months. So basically, like I said, if the serious, driven, highly competitive athlete description fits who you are or fits who your son or daughter is, I encourage you to put your best name and email in the box below or to the right, and we'll go from there. Essentially, what you're going to get when you put your name and email in the box, you're going to be sent an email with a link to to a website that describes the application process, what you have to do to apply. It's going to be either one, a web form application that you can fill out, or two, a Microsoft Word document that you can fill out and email back to me. Following that process, if you make it through that screening, we're going to bring everybody in for an interview at the facility. So it's going to be basically a 20 to 25 minute interview with the parents, or guardians and the athlete, where we're going to sit down and figure out if you're a fit for the program or not. I take this very seriously. It's only going to be the scholarship program period is only going to be given out to 6. And frankly, my colleagues in the strength and conditioning industry think I'm crazy for doing it. Think I'm crazy for doing 1, let alone 6. So it's not going to go over 6, period. And we need to make sure we get the right kids in there who really want it, who really deserve it, and are going to make the most of it more than anything. So we're going to take the application process very seriously. Applications, as you'll see, must be in by June 7th. June 7th is the latest that we can have an application in, and we're only going to schedule interviews as late as a week after that, if not sooner. Ideally, it's going to be early bird gets the worm. Do not wait on this opportunity, because the sooner that I can announce it, and the sooner that I get my 6 kids that really stand out among the rest, the sooner we're going to get rolling on this. I won't stop the application process before June 1st. I've made that commitment, but after June 1st, all bets are off. I'm setting June 7th as the final dead last application deadline, if we still don't have a clear-cut crop of 6 great athletes or 6 great candidates to join the scholarship program. So finally, last thing, like I said, just to review the first 2 things, $3,000 scholarship, train with me at the dungeon for a year. You're going to get all the bonuses, all the bells and whistles, all the results of the highest tier of membership that we offer. And if you're a serious athlete or the parent of a serious athlete, I encourage you to put your name and email in the link below to figure out more about how to apply. And that's going to be your first step. And to kind of review and give you a little bit about who I am. If you don't care about who I am and you just want to apply for the scholarship, you go ahead and click away from the video now, sign up, and we'll get you that information. But for a little bit about who I am, a little background, if you're still not convinced, I started off as a terrible athlete. I had no talent. Neither of my parents were athletes. My dad, I love him to death, but he actually quit football after 3 years on JV to join the band and play the trombone. You can't make this stuff up. I worked on campus as a freshman with goals of being an all-star, being a stud football player, playing college ball, and I wanted to be a quarterback. I was 6'1", 135 pounds, and when we ran 40s on the first day, I was slower than at least half of my linemen, and ran a 5.5 40-yard dash. Wanted to be a quarterback. I could not throw a spiral to save my life. You can check that reference up with my old high school coach. And I couldn't throw the ball more than 25 yards in the air. Like I said, I was 135 pounds. What I did have was an insanely intense work ethic. By the time, the second semester of freshman year rolled around, I was literally locking up the gym every night because coaches got tired of waiting for me to finish my training. They trust me to lock up the gym. We were a small school, so it was kind of a different atmosphere than maybe bigger schools, but I was locking up the gym by freshman year. Long story short, 4 years later, I was 205 pounds. I ran a 4.6 40 and was an all-state quarterback, first team all-region, and was actually state player of the week during the first week of the playoffs my senior year. I helped lead my team along with another great group of guys to the Texas State semifinals my senior year. I've actually got the trophy right there, Texas State semifinals. And you guys know how Texas football is. I know their reputation's everywhere. So we made it to the state semifinals. Prior to that point, no team in school history had won a playoff game. And, we won 3 or 4, whatever it was, and made it to the state semis. I started to make this a little shorter, make sure this one can fit up on YouTube and whatnot. I kept studying the strength training and conditioning and all those methods of how to make a better athlete through college. And in college, I started to train other athletes. Started to run our high school strength conditioning program. Started to train teammates and other athletes in private, and started to figure out that I was dang good at it. I am not a cocky person, but the results speak for themselves. And essentially, spent a few years turning athletes into beasts back in Texas. Everyone that worked with me completely exceeded coaches' expectations the following year. We had kids that were expected to be JV starters and JV backups that ended up starting both ways on varsity as underclassmen, as sophomores, and that was a common theme. Worked with a few all-conference collegiate athletes. I myself was an all-conference sprinter and track and field thrower. Again, this is after being a freshman in high school, slower than his linemen, and I'm passionate about my athlete's success. You'll hear from some of the parents, if we get interviews from them, that I take our athletes off the field success as seriously or more seriously than their on the field success. I will literally hold an athlete out of a workout and make them sit in the lounge in their car or go home and do homework if a parent tells me that their grades are not up to par. It's happened. And, the parents love me for it, and the kids honestly probably hate me for it at that point, but when it comes to report card time at the end of the year, they're thanking me for it, and I think they learned a good lesson about it. On top of that, they can't be too mad at me because I'm getting them stronger, faster, more explosive, healthier, more flexible, better at their sport, all the while. So that's a little bit about me, about the dungeon. We train in small groups, 4 to 6 athletes at a time, and we bring the house down. It's a highly motivating, highly competitive environment with like-minded, driven individuals, and if you get with the program, you're going to succeed, period. If you don't, like I said, in this case, you're applying for a free scholarship, so it's not even a money-back guarantee, but we do actually have a money-back guarantee with our athletes that we stand behind 110%. We've never had to exercise it because everyone's always gotten results, but it is what it is. That said, I want to thank you for listening to the video and spending some time with me tonight, and we're getting late on time, so go ahead and fill in the box below or to the right, wherever it ends up on the page, and you'll get more information from me immediately. This is GR, the Dungeon Office. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye.